Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm here at Crypto Nation. Hey, if you're new here, please go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. It's totally free. And I just want to say thank you to all my recently new subscribers. It means a lot. I've been, grinding for like a year and a half on my channel, and I'm getting closer and closer to my first 2K subscribers. Let's get it. Like I said, I'm once I get my first 2K subscribers, I'm going to go ahead and try to get that Discord set up so our community can grow here at Crypto Nation. All right, let's get right into it. This one is Crypto Nation Reacts. It's the titles. This is the Altcoin Daily. The title says when to sell your cryptocurrency in 2024, complete profit taking guide. That's interesting. I guess it depends. Different cryptos are going to pump at different times. I guess it depends when it start taking profits in 2024. But let's see what they're talking about. All right.
Bitcoin ETF approval in January, this being the reason Bitcoin has gone up so far, so fast this year. How do you know the best time to take profits? Well, taking a look at the Bitcoin price for almost the last decade, something similar happened at every market top. In 2017, the best day to sell was when the CME, the world's largest futures exchange, launched Bitcoin futures in December.
The CME Group, the world's largest futures exchange group, is now launching and has launched Bitcoin futures.
That exact day, Bitcoin topped at around $19,600, a run-up from the cycle low of $172. That's 114x. In 2021, the best day to sell was when Coinbase IPO'd.
The big day for cryptocurrency, Coinbase going public today.
That exact day, Bitcoin topped just under 69,000, a run-up from the cycle low of 3,800, about an 18x. Now, even though both of those events had huge media coverage and were a huge green flag symbolizing institutional acceptance, the price still tanked, a classic buy the rumor, sell the news situation. In 2024, with the approval of a BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF, especially because of the excitement we've already seen.
Meantime, another 52-week high for Bitcoin today, hitting almost 45,000.
Is that the best time to sell?
As with previous rallies, it seems that everyone wants a piece.
And by the way, this is a breakdown I shared exclusively with our Twitter subscribers. So while today I'm sharing with everybody, subscribe to us for a more in-depth conversation. There's a link down below. And keep in mind, this ETF approval is going to be so much bigger than what we saw in 2017 or 2021.
You look at the list of companies on the Wi-Fi Interactive that currently have spot Bitcoin ETFs just waiting for approval. Here's BlackRock, here's Grayscale, a word on them in a second, Fidelity, VanEck, Franklin Templeton, Bitwise, all of these guys jockeying to be the first, but it's probably going to be all of them at once.
We have never seen institutional acceptance, adoption to this level in cryptocurrency ever.
But as far as the date, we're looking at January 10th to January 5th to January 10th.
So when the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF is approved, as many experts believe will happen in January, will that be the best time to sell? Well, right now, Bitcoin is just over $42,000. That's a run-up from the cycle low of around 15,500. That's the week, the month that FTX crashed. Meaning right now we're up about 2.7x. Even if we get to 50K by Christmas Day, that would still only be a 3.2x from cycle low. Doesn't seem like that should be a top, right? Compared to the last cycles, about 100x, we saw an 18x from cycle low. A 2 to 3x seems underwhelming compared to the regulatory clarity that's so much different, so much better. Also, another big difference is that while in 2017 and in 2021, the Bitcoin halving had already taken place, it was the year prior for both events. Today, the Bitcoin halving is in front of us. The supply shock won't happen for another 5 months. Now, let me share with you my plan to sell my cryptocurrency, or at least my profit-taking strategy. But in this 90-second clip from the Unchained podcast, Eric Balchunas, the senior ETF analyst at Bloomberg Intelligence, shares his opinion on what happens next after approval.
One last question, based on your knowledge of what happened when the gold ETF launched or the Bitcoin futures ETFs launched, how much money do you think would pour in? I mean, you kind of gave a ballpark of like how much financial advisors might allocate. But I'm curious, how much money do you think would pour in initially, like whether it's on the first day or the first week or first month or whatever, if the spot Bitcoin ETFs were approved?
Okay, so BitO traded $1 billion on the first day, and that's the greatest launch ever, right? So, and remember, futures are less desirable than spot. So I'd have to imagine spot breaks that record. Maybe it trades. The only issue is BitO is alone. If there's 10 launched at once, I would say the combined volume should beat BitO easily. So I think as a group, it'll be the most successful launch of all time. Over time, how much money comes into them, I've estimated maybe like $20 billion in the first couple months, because that's what GBTC has currently. And that's a broken product that isn't even traded on big exchanges. And it's still got 20 billion. It had 40 billion at one point.
Yeah, well, you can't leave. So
you can't leave. That's true. But that's how many people went in, I guess I would say. So I would say that 20 billion is a good base for the first couple months. And then over time, we predict 150 billion in the first, say year or two. And then at that point, I just don't know. We have to see other things that happen with crypto.
Awesome insight. I'm going to give this video a like, support it. But in summation, my thoughts are that we probably will see a small sell-off on the BlackRock ETF approval. Why? Because some players in the market are just traders. Also, Bitcoin is up over 150% this year. Some institutions will undoubtedly take some profits. That's the safe play. That's how institutions think. Meaning if you have an asset that's up over 150, 180%, institutions sell 20%, sell 30%, keep 70%. Also, even if they didn't catch the exact bottom, what if they waited? And the week that BlackRock announced, or it was announced, that's still an 80% gain. So again, the way institutions think, well, let's sell 30% to bank some profits. Let's protect our investors. But I really do believe that any dip, if at all, may be bought up quick. Because just like the very first gold ETF back in 2004, after the initial sell-off, which only lasted a few weeks, gold only went up for the next 5 years. So I think Bitcoin is going much, much higher. I will not be selling any of my Bitcoin. But any altcoins, especially the lower cap altcoins, the more risky altcoins, I have no problem taking profits if they're up and taking profits liberally. And my strategy has always been dollar cost average into an asset on the way down and dollar cost average out of an asset on the way up. Because we're never going to catch the bottom. We're never going to catch the exact top, right? How many people were yelling lower when Bitcoin was here at the time? Or yelling higher? Dollar cost averaging can help take the emotion out of investing. It compels you to continue investing the same or roughly the same amount, regardless of the market's fluctuations, potentially.
Yeah, I guess what he's saying, it kind of makes sense, with the whole dollar cost averaging, because like I said, there's a way to dollar cost average in, and there's a way to dollar cost average out. So I guess like when you dollar cost average out, as the price continues to go up, you could slowly take profits out, even like, with the Jaspy's position, man, eventually I'm thinking by the time this thing hits like 5 cents, I think it'll be a good idea to start dollar cost averaging out of it. Like, taking bit by bit profits out at a time, and just slowly create my moon bag. They call that the moon bag, where you take your initial investment out, or you take like a certain percentage out and then you let the rest ride as the price goes up. You can slowly dollar cost average out, and then like you want to buy into a crypto asset, you can slowly dollar cost average in, which means you don't have to buy all in at once. Because like they said, this is a crypto market. You can't really you can't time the market. Nobody knows what the bottom is. Nobody really knows what the top is. Especially as a retail investor, man, we gotta play this smart. Pretty much.
Helping you avoid the temptation to time the market. And even if you would have started DCAing, dollar cost averaging, literally the worst day ever, you'd be up. Let's say we put in $100 initially. Every month, we're going to put in $100 more from November of 2021 until today. That's 25 months total would have been in the market. And actually with that first $100, the initial investment, $2,600 in total. And we'd be up over $22 for 1% in our investment. And again, that's choosing the worst day ever to literally start. Now again, doing it every week or every month or just a set amount of times, that's the beginner sort of way. I like to go a little more advanced. And again, dollar cost average heavily more towards the bottom and DCA out more towards the top. Again, you never really know. Of course, the 200-day simple moving average does help with this. So that is this blue line right here. And what it does, it takes the Bitcoin price every day for the last 200 days, takes the average, and then shows the general momentum of the market. If we're above the 200 MA, if the 200 MA is moving up, that's bull market. If it's moving down or we're below the 200 MA, that's bear market. Now let's pool the community. Let me know what you think. Seriously, I'd love to know what you think, how you take profits down below in the comment section. And also, if you have not voted yet for Altcoin Daily for the Web3 Influencer Awards, only a few days left. There's a link down below. See you tomorrow.
All right, that covers it. That's the Altcoin Daily. Tell me what you guys think. Yeah, we did it again. Crypto Nation reacts. Hey, don't forget, hey, smash that like button, subscribe, it's totally free. And yeah, this Altcoin Daily, they're pretty good YouTube channel. I don't agree with them all the time, but they're pretty, I'll say they're somewhat accurate. A lot of this is opinion based, when it comes to the cryptocurrency, market. But yeah, go ahead and tell me what you think. Hey, I will see you guys in the next one. It's about 11:43 p.m. my time. I may make another video before I go to bed. But I'll see. But yeah, hey, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.